Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. And did you know, old habits die hard. Investigative journalists in Russia are still falling foul of the habit of having terrible accidents. I still have the habit of twitching around the camera like a maniac. And here we also got someone with a habit, a revenant of the OpenRA community, if you will, who has sworn off his crippling addiction to OpenRA, but is back regardless. It is Mr. Happy in the bottom right, spawning as Russia. This time as Happy, yeah, Kappa Pride. And his opponent is none other than the high-ranking RAGL high-profile player, Mr. BigBadBain, who has had, despite his praises and laurels that he got, is had a relatively disappointing Season 8 in Global League, but that's fine. Both of those really high-profile players. And we're seeing that is just what I'm expecting from Happy. Straight out the gate, a double ref build. That is just how Happy rolls. And it's gonna be met with, the greediest of builds. If only Happy knew. If he would be sending two grenadiers into Bane's base right now, he would be a very happy man. Would find himself a very happy camper, but alas, right now appears to be unpunished. That's gonna be a War Factory rush, straight up rack skip. Super greedy. The map is Onyx. Oh, Bane is saying you can shift Q harvesters now. Yeah, that's been in for... I guess both those players haven't played in a while. I guess Bane also kind of fell silent after the RHL season was over. So yeah, that's been in the game for quite a while now. Patented double ref build with no infantry production follow-up, strangely enough. So that leads me to believe that this is going to be some sort of... I don't know. What is it going for now? I mean, you can't really save up for a rainy day, right? 2 refs have a capacity of like a combined 5k. That's all she wrote then. Okay, Bane got away with his War Factory opener despite nothing happening in the early game. That's fine. We were using the time to be political. It's okay. And Happy was using the time to just get some engineers out on the map and grab some oils. Doing some good old United States of America shenanigans, except it's Russia. Yeah, I don't really see the point of going double ref when you don't really go aggressive or start... Oh, no, he's taken the time to learn shift Q, his shift Q on his harvesters. That's fine. Yeah, you can see here the target lines. This is, by the way, such a cool change in the new release. You can immediately see how they are micromanaging their harvesters, which right now is not the case at all. But we've seen some sick shift Q micro in the early game. And to be fair, Bane should have done that as well. He has had all the time in the world to go for that. With a rack skip, there is basically nothing to do for 2 minutes in the early game. Yeah, this engineer was very successful. His engineering degree has paid off for now. Okay, there's gonna be a counter engineer for Bane, so it's 1 Derrick over 2. There's gonna be a third Derrick being grabbed from Happy relatively soon. The service depot timing should definitely favor Bane, and also, yeah, look at that. That is something I haven't gone over too much. I've mentioned it briefly, but look at the discrepancy. This is what a double ref build versus a War Factory build looks like without pressure. What's happening now? There's a 6th ore-track out for Bane. And there is only now a 3rd ore-track online for Happy. So this is a big disparity in eco right now. This is gonna lead to a big army spike later on. And the only way to counteract that with double ref is pressure, 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 so your opponent doesn't get away scot-free. But as it stands with this super passive early game, this is... Oh my goodness, this is the most passive early game I've seen from Happy ever. I've never seen him this passive at all. No shots have been fired thus far, like 20-minute no rush. That's the first flag track scouting out the perimeter. Not gonna get too much done. Yeah, only now 5th harvester, only now service depot. Wait a sec. Yeah. Okay, the MCV timing is not that far apart, to be fair, but that's more due to the fact that he managed to slip in a 6th harvester here. 6 harvesters are not strictly necessary. You're perfectly fine just going for 5 into an expansion. That's honestly the more rational play on a map like this, because you want to be out on the map as soon as possible. If you lose your expansions too early, it's GG. So the earlier you establish your expansion on this map, on Onyx, the better it is. Because your opponent can lock you out relatively easily. Just need a Conyard here that covers basically the entire choke. And on the other side, same likewise. In the middle is not that relevant usually, because it doesn't contain objectives. Okay, that's the first shot's being fired. That's an oil derrick down. That's fine. Oh! I forgot to mention, with all the technical stuff going on. Oh, perfect concave from Happy. He was lining them up so well with line of sight advantage from the flag. This is gonna be a slaughter. The perfect concave. Oh, even kiting back. I like that. And with the MCV timing advantage from... That MCV timing advantage did not matter at all. Yikes. Did he misrally it? Maybe he did. Because honestly, by all accounts, this should have been an earlier MCV timing for Bane. I'm not sure what happened there. Must have been a misrally. Even with the discrepancy being accounted for, Happy still was like 20 seconds behind on the build timer. So yeah. He didn't go for a macro expansion either. Okay, so he didn't pop down a refinery anywhere. He did so now. Okay, trying to close the corridor. And there is already a pretty staggering force out for Happy. I don't know if he can hold. Depends on the angle. Yeah, at least he's gonna pull the MCV back. MCV's taking a chunk. And down goes the tank, so no more engaging into this. That's pretty good. That's very good for Bane. He didn't lose his expansion right there. But he's gonna be Tesla Quill camped, and being denied his double ore mine is gonna impact that game significantly. That basically on a map like this, which is very binary in terms of expansions, it kind of limits your options. It carves out a path for you that is probably not the one that you want to take. He now is forced into rerouting north. And speaking of rerouting north, that's the entire army for Happy. 2 heavy tanks leading the charge. There is going to be a flank from Bane as well. Bane, he's the flanking master. Let's see. It's only 1 war factory for now. With double war factory, tank production is so sick as Soviets. And these defensive lines are very brittle. I mean, Happy didn't know that something would be coming his way. He was already preemptively popping pillboxes. Oh, Bane, sorry. He's already preemptively popping the pillboxes, but he's gonna fall foul of this engagement, of this push regardless. Yeah, that's easy. Easy to bust here. Not that much in the way of actual anti-armor solutions. Like 4 rockets? Oh! Okay, the front lines are melting a bit faster than I expected. But Happy very good at pulling back in time. Oh, artillery hits the field, so that's just gonna sound a hard retreat from him. Ah, there's the flank from Bane. He's very well, you know, a very well-renowned flanker. Always finds his... Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. That was 1 cell of difference. Makes all the difference in the world there. So this army is unaccounted, as is the unaccounted for, as is the MCV. This is awkward. Oh, Tesla Coil was his turret. That was a bit misplaced. He knew the turret was there. Double kill. Mutually assured destruction. Oh, and this flank is definitely not on the radar of Happy. At the same rate, though, there is a big engagement. Oh, he's rotating the artilleries. That might be a window for an engagement. 2 harvesters lost. That is a big deal. That is some substantial damage to the eco lines. Oh, but he's gonna find the soft underbelly of the base here. Taking an O-truck for free as well. How is he gonna deal with this army? Just gonna pull his forces back. Not even deploying any more defenses right there. He could now cut off the forces with the Tesla Coil. He just pops a power plant here in the Tesla Coil to follow up. Yeah, that's the war factory down. That's the... what else? Yeah, war factory and a helipad. But the radar dome is still going strong for now. So not too bad, not the worst in the world just yet. Zook's connecting, tank goes down, and thus no more line of sight advantage. Oh, move command. Buddy? Yeah, this guy's gonna get a lot of veterancy if Happy doesn't spam the stop key right now. Ooh. Taking shots into the army at retreat. That is a field day for this rifleman. Ooh, some American sniper shit going on right there. Except his Brits. This army is still alive, still kicking. Well, Bane refuses to go gently into this good night. Okay. Oh, he's gonna... The oil derrick is gonna reveal the army, so it's probably a bit of a buffer. A bit of a quick buffer zone that gives Happy more time to react. So, lucky. Lucky, I guess. Okay, harvesters get forced off, but at least he didn't lose them. So the eco should be relatively even after all that, yeah. But mining harvesters is gonna paint a different picture. It's gonna be 4 on the 7. This hero rifle is still alive, are you kidding me? He's a general now. Yeah, he deserved that promotion. I mean, the enemy didn't fight back, but that doesn't stop him from accruing veterancy. Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna spell trouble. The MCV from Bane in peril, and he's rotating his entire army over his Bane, playing Deathball style. It's more an Orb style play here. Oh, the flank. Well, that is a very, very expected flank. This one didn't come as a surprise. Nothing much has been lost here. Wow, Happy's trading so well. MCV is forced to skedaddle. Nope, redeploying. And the artillery is trying to take shots in. This should honestly be a radar dome transition. Yeah, Happy already has the radar dome lined up. He knows what's up. There is... he didn't take his own natural. And he didn't mind that much from Bane's natural either. So the first game in this best of 3 series is still open. Still a 50-50 coin flip, I would say. After all that. Now pressure advantage for Bane with 2 Hinds, 2 Black Hawks and 2 artilleries. The flag track transition has already started. As we know. Those little pesky little like pea shooters. They're just so good in Soviets versus Allies. Because they counter everything that Allies can throw at you from the radar dome tech. All the tier 2 stuff. Yeah, flag trucks are good against that. Well, that's gonna be the ace in the hole here. This expansion is gonna provide some crazy results. Gonna have some nice yield there. Oh, the line of sight is going down, and now we've got the Yak primed. Rock and roll. Oh, that's a window for power down. He powered down the anti-air gun. Perfect! Oh no, the crash takes out the artillery regardless. That was some residual fallout damage, killing this artillery off. That was a bit lucky. Welp. Bane is now in an okay spot, simply by virtue of having taken his expansion and also having rotated a Harvester over. And conversely, Happy hasn't mined much here. Like, look at this. This patch is pretty much untouched. This patch has grown back to its original size. So if he doesn't make anything work with this army... And he revealed the V2 transition as well. Oh, Tech Setter. Hello there, good sir. It might get sniffed out though. The Black Hawks are lurking. Lurking in the wings. This is super easy to snipe. Even the payload of 2 Hinds is gonna 2 Black Hawks are gonna take it down. He's going for the main base. I don't think that's a smart idea. Main base is very well defended. Takes out a refinery. That's very good. Bane taking out the refinery. Well, this didn't happen. But he needs beefier frontliners. Like, Soviet Tier 2 is still very fragile. Not as fragile as Allied Tier 2, mind you. V2s can definitely take a beating, but not they can't sustain too much damage regardless. War Factory is going down. Is that Happy's only WF? No, it isn't. There's a second one on the line. And this is going to be a move out. Oh! Bane actually finding his window into this game. Ah, but there's the counter snipe on the expansion. Flag trucks not pursuing the MCV. Ooh, he's on attack move. Not like this. He should honestly be chasing this MCV to the ends of the earth and back. But he has more pressing matters at hand here. Yeah, taking out the artilleries now. Oh, might line up a sick crash. That could have gone so much worse. This crash could have been absolutely game-breaking. But V2s are here for the rescue anyway. Oh, force fire onto the tree. Yikes. And on the north end side, he manages to flank the expansion as well. Take out a couple of crucial infrastructural projects here. Soviet Union is gonna suffer for that. V2's down. V2's down because the anti-air was just not microed well. Are you kidding me? Bane forgot about the MCV and he freaking parks it right inside the ore refinery. That is your golden MCV moment right there. Calling Chi-Chi? I don't think that was over. Happy only had one army. Like, he had tier 3. His big ticket was the Iron Curtain and the tier 3. But the army... Let's check the army graph, actually. Both plummeting. He still had something left. He still could have... Well, losing this army was bad anyway. But basically, Happy had not mined anything much at all. Let's check the econ graph. Oh, more than Bane, regardless. Bane has harvested this. He kind of harvested from there. Ah, he lost his bottom left. Well, that kind of makes sense. Alright, that is a 1-0 up for Happy. Pretty good start to a best of 3 series. We'll be right back. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
So with that out of the way, let's get into game 2, but not without a word from our sponsor. And today's sponsor is gonna be Raid Shadow OpenRA. Download Raid Shadow OpenRA right now and choose from a massive, staggering pool of 7 factions, 2 factions, and 7 sub-factions respectively. Also, earn crazy in-game loot from our loot boxes. And if you use the promo code !5aces right now, you can get 10,000 tip bucks for free. Not 1,000, not 5,000, 10,000 tip bucks. Keep in mind that the cheapest skin, with which gives everything a Ganon voiceover, is 200,000 tip bucks though. So there's something to watch out for. Yeah. Thanks to our generous sponsor. China has been generous. Anyway, back to the game. That is round 2 of Happy versus Bane. And we're gonna see probably, yeah, that's a standard double ref. This map is Argon. And Argon is notorious for having a very small rush distance compared to other... It's a medium-sized rush distance, but this lends itself more to a double ref opener. Simply because, A, the rush distance, and B, the openness of the map. So infantry pressure is gonna be felt just that extra bit more. And on this map, I would never really go for a rack skip. Neither does Bane, apparently. And there we are. This is gonna be the first oil derrick claimed, probably. Oh no! Are they gonna find each other's engineers? Or, no, is Happy gonna find 2 engineers? Oh! Yikes! That is the perfect game sense. Like, that just goes to show, even with very little information, if you have game sense and know your opponent, and also take into account that engineers are always gonna lag behind infantry because they're very slow. So even if you send them in tandem, unless you have guard command, yeah. It's gonna result in a lost engineer. Yeah, so that's just both playing the meta game, like the mind games, rather than the actual OpenRA. It's part of the 4D chess that requires a solution in the form of rifle sniping engineers. Yeah, so only 1 derrick right now being taken, the second one being safely taken in just a minute. And yeah, early game slowed down a little by an engineer snipe. Very close to him. There's line of sight. Nope, you don't want to engage into this. So yeah, double ref, and we're gonna see the war factories both on cue. Neither of the players using macros anymore. Those days are behind us, especially Bane with his career as the macro master. Oh, this is line of sight disadvantage. I strongly advise against taking this engagement. Happy, are you okay? He's rusty, but that is a bit too rusty for my liking. It's like, hello, I'm not expecting my opponent to have any rifles out. Well, I'm just trying to... And yet the ranger lined up as well. Oh, that's so smart. That is 4D chess from Bane. So what happened there, he basically knew that Happy's playstyle is going to be double ref into ranger. And he won the engagement with the oil derrick with line of sight advantage, and then immediately pulled back his army because, you know, there was a window of vulnerability. During that window, he didn't have line of sight because the light tank takes 700 credits and just takes 700 versus 500 credits. It just takes longer to build. So there's like 10 seconds or so in which the ranger is going to be dominant on the field. And that's the level that those two are playing on, even if they're both rusty. Just having the game sense is absolutely incredible. That is going to be a recapture on the derrick from Happy, taking that one gladly back. Bane's color is kind of blending in with the desert tiles, and it just confuses me. And this hospital, yeah, has a half-life that is pretty much about what we expect from OpenRA hospitals. OpenRA healthcare is garbage. It's almost like this game was made in the United States, right? Am I right? Am I right? No, because then you would have to pay for it. You would have to pay for every single rifleman that you want to heal. And the overdraft fees would start stacking up. No, we're not doing that. Well, the ranger sniffs out the army, but the infantry are far away because he's routed them back. He also lost most of them. Light tank is being queued into the south. Huh. Okay, he's trying to snipe it rather than recapture, but I guess against the ranger, it's always just risky. Not willing to risk an engagement is Happy here. He also has his engineer loaded up into the ranger, so he might actually... He could go for top left. Bottom right is going to be... southeast is going to be tackled by a light tank. Ranger sees it, and a very aggressive move from Happy. He also has his ore truck fully loaded, and either for tanking or for expanding. That is a super aggressive expansion, but that's how Happy plays. Just how he rolls. This has been out of line of sight. Oh, he sees it now. Happy did not pull the trigger. He could have actually gone this. Could have actually gotten this for cheap. He could have had such a good engagement. Instead, taken lots of punishment from the rockets. All the rockets connecting. Down goes the Ranger. Down goes line of sight disadvantage. He's feeling pressured into. He thinks he has got enough with the medium tank, but no way. Those infantry are dangerously close. Is that a danger close command? Why are those guys on stop? Ooh. Nice move command. Well, it's a move command that he issued himself. Oh, Bane feels he's got the advantage, pressing the advantage with his ore truck right there. That might be going on a rampage. Oh, just barely not connecting. Ooh, that was a lucky break for Happy. Some infantry being shaved off. Ultimately, though, it's a wash. And Bane is being a bit compacted in terms of his position, but he can safely take his expansion. It just doesn't feel good when this map is being cut in half, and you always have to go for wide flanks. Wider flanks are just harder to pull off, and like there's a base on your doorstep. There's basically a base inside your base. You never want to be in that situation. Nothing too crazy here. Oh, well, I'm seeing something crazy. It's a very early third MCV for Happy. He's probably trying to lock this map down, but this is an open map. It doesn't work like it does. Doesn't work the way it does on... was it? Not Borrowed Time. The map we played previously. I forget its name. That's fine. Oh! Did he leave the Will Derrick alive? Okay. Well, the Harvesters have been rerouted to the south, so Happy is gonna momentarily run out of ore. And this is a big deal. Like, sniping a refinery, you would think, okay, it's only a 300 credit structure. But the 300 credit structure has to be rebuilt in full price, because 1200 is the price tag for the Harvester plus 300 for the ref. And you can't simply purchase a refinery without anything else. A refinery, no extras. It's not the way it works. Oh, this MCV might fall foul of this flank. Or might actually... Oh my... Is he actually getting away with this again? This is so lucky. That's the second time that he's barely missed something with his MCV. Oh! Bane is preparing the 1-2 punch. That is the good old classico Bane move. He's gonna move onto both of your ore patches at once. And that is just gonna decimate the eco lines. Did he get another general rifle? How? What? His rifle veterans, his stacking game is out of this world. Okay, down goes... No ore truck just yet, but those two are definitely forfeit. Happy's rotating his army back. He needs to hide his ore trucks. Like, that's not a good spot for them. Ah, pop. Down goes the first ore truck. Fully loaded as well. Refinery's down. Oh, that's a crushing economical defeat here. On the north end side, he's feeling pressured into going in himself. But Bane has enough time to react to Happy's incursion there. And this is just not boding well for Bane. For Happy. God damn it. 2 Harvesters going down, but definitely Happy taking the short end of the trade here. Bane is in an absolutely great position still. Unless he loses his War Factory and his Service Depot now. In which case he would give Happy enough time to rebuild. But I don't see it happening. He can just pop more pillboxes if need be. Also the armies are rotating, and there is way too many rockets on the dance floor. These rifles are gonna mop up here as soon as the last tank falls. There we go. And on the other side of the map, oh my goodness, this army is still going strong. Are you kidding me? They're still in business. Yeah, Happy trying his best to ward off the wave here. Okay, time for some unit preservation, but his eco is gonna be tanking after this. Economy, 4 Harvesters. Wait, what? 4 Harvesters only for Bane? For real? What? I think the turret-friendly fire actually killed the Will Derrick there. What the hell happened? Okay, I don't know how he has so few ore trucks. Maybe just... But conversely, there is a very, very, very oversaturated ore patch for Happy here. So these 3 are basically 1 ore truck for all intents and purposes, so the eco should be even. And Happy is gonna take a long time to rebuild now. He's gonna have his work cut out for him. He definitely needs an expansion. He needs a refinery here, he needs a refinery in the south. He's gonna be strapped for cash for a very long time. Also, an eco transfer would be very well advised. 2 of those Harvesters could go here. to actually do some business. Do some business. Happy, not a friend of unit preservation, is like a fan of the do or die mentality. Like, go in there. Go in there. What? You don't have any health? Well, then just do your job faster, idiot. Turret is gonna ward off this army. Oh! And he steals back the Ultrak. Very nice touch. Bane, now with an equalized economy. He also still has an oil derrick up in the north. Ooh. Into the range of the pillboxes goes the army. That is costly. That just costs a fortune. Ouch. MCV from Bane is trying to relocate, and there's a Raider Dome. Raider Dome for both. Bane is starting the Hind Forges as well, I guess, or Black Hawk Forges, as it were. Nice. He's using the mediums to soak up the damage right now. Just chip away at the pillboxes. Kill some defensive lines for free. That's fine. That's how you want to do it. First artillery on the field. Oh, first artillery on the field for Happy as well, so it's going to have a nice little pressure advantage for just a little bit of time. Okay, Bane can pull back now. He has done the damage. Ah, this eco transfer is very ill-fated. He finally transferred his eco, but there was no more refinery. So, yeah. And this is gonna go the way of all Allied mirrors. This is basically the catch-22 of Allied mirrors. You want to build other units other than artilleries, hinds, and anti-air guns. Ooh, what a shell. But you can't, because artilleries are so good when defended, but they can only be defended by anti-air guns. So you need a base nearby, and this leads to stalemate positions. But if you don't go for a stalemate position, if you go for like infantry plus tanks, you're just gonna get shredded by stationary artillery again. Which just proves that, like, yeah. AVA mirrors are never as much fun as Soviet versus Allies or Soviet mirrors. It's like, basically any game that involves Soviet factions is a good game. But AVA, not the biggest of fans. Yeah, that's usually how they play out. Turret warding them off. Those tanks can't go in safely right now. He's got some rockets there. Chipping away at pillboxes there, yeah. Good hustle. Oh, that's the mother of all flanks. Like 4 tanks, this is a very meaty army. This time around. Bane not messing it up. He also has the black... Oh, he could have found the connect on the artilleries. No line of sight right there, that was lucky. Were the harvesters a little bit farther to the east, they would have spotted the Black Hawk and would have gotten shot down immediately. Ooh, Sook's just barely not connecting. For now. That's the second harvester taking a lot of fire. This one is dead. Straight up. And with... yeah. Look, with 4 tanks in the mix, there's no way in hell Happy has anything to stop this army, yeah? GG. That is the equalizer. Okay, so there's a game 3. But I'm gonna milk this for revenue. No, I'm just gonna produce another cast because right now I have just some time at my hands finally. So we're gonna go into round 3 next week, or even better, seeing as I've announced some changes on the channel, which mostly pertain to me not being able to stream right now because the baby, you know. I'm going to instead have some weeks with double casts, where you only have to wait for 3 days for another cast to show up, and this is gonna be the first segue into this. It's gonna be the conclusion match of Bane versus Happy. We're gonna do one, I guess you're gonna see it on Sunday then, as opposed to the usual Thursday, so it's gonna be a double whammy week this time around. And yeah, that's gonna be the conclusion. Also, thanks and big shout out to our sponsor, Shadow Raid OpenRA. Again, use the promo code 5aces for incredible skill discounts, as Ganon has put it. Use the code 5aces to get 10% off your skill, and yes, that's actually the way he phrased it. Let's not do that, maybe. So yeah, thank you guys and girls for watching. We'll hopefully see you on Sunday, and stay tuned. 5aces out.
Battle control terminated.